Wrestling fans, what's going on, man? It's Black Couch Booking here with a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. I promise you will not be disappointed. And if you old to the channel, Couch Crew, what's going on, man? Hope you guys having a good day today. Now, if you're new to the channel, sorry that got my hoodie on, I'm in the bed and things of that nature. But whew, man, sorry, it's a little tired. A couple of days ago I dropped a post, family member wasn't, really doing well and things like that. And so my mind been in a little cluster the past few days, and today in particular, just randomly, bro, I just really didn't feel like getting up today. I actually got up in the morning, had some good momentum, got a lot of things done, cleaned up, spent time with the family. But once I got back home, took my son to the park, got back home, I just was tired, bro. I just wanted to lay down, couldn't really get up, didn't want to get up. Just took a shower like at like 3 o'clock. Like it was just, my brain wasn't, but yeah, man, unfortunately, my grandmother is in the hospital, not doing too well right now, praying and, having well wishes, well thoughts, and, hoping, things go well, but it's not looking too good, and I'm really, concerned about my mom and stuff like that. That's my mom's mom. So, more so concerned about, my mom, she's been looking out for her for such a long time, taking care of her, making sure she's good. I just, but I don't really, trying to stay strong. Don't want to bombard her with that. And, I don't want to talk to my family about stuff like that. I'm trying to, stay positive, keep pushing, but that's just me. But, yeah, man. So that's why I'm a little lazy right now, but tomorrow I'm gonna get back on track and be on the road to 10K. I know y'all gonna say take a break, but we on the road to 10K. I can't afford to take a break at this moment in time. But let's start the review. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all ready for Stand and Deliver. Did Stand and Deliver? Absolutely it did. Stand and Deliver delivered, bro. Even though they had to wrestle at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, you know what I'm saying? I was talking to my dog, Ed, shout out to Ed Fluid Sports. They're going to be wrestling, right after they eat a McDonald's breakfast sandwich. But you know what, man? For what it's worth, the event delivered. And I think that event proved that they should have their own day on Friday. SmackDown should be moved to like Tuesday, and you cancel NXT that week. Cancel NXT that week. Whatever NXT build-up you need, have it the week before. Have SmackDown be on a Tuesday. Have Stand and Deliver on a Friday. And have the Hall of Fame ceremony on Saturday before WrestleMania. That's my opinion. Since y'all want to wake up so early in the morning. That's just my opinion, though. Yeah. But I could have done without the tag team match, elimination match. Not because it wasn't good. It was good. And shout out to Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. They won, which was surprising. I thought the Meta-4 girls were going to win. But no, they got eliminated first. But I will say that you could have did that just on NXT. You didn't have to make them people wake up even earlier so they could get there on time and makeup and hair and all that just for that. Especially just for Roxanne Perez to walk out. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't know if Cora Jade going to follow up on that or Roxanne Perez is walking out to the main roster. But Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade should have a program, because this is like the second time that they've gone at it. One betrayed the other, blah blah blah, and then we're not gonna get nothing out of it. Because I know Cora Jade probably isn't ready to go to the main roster, but Roxanne Perez been ready. They have already positioned her to do as such, and she's overstayed her welcome in NXT, and now it's time to go after Lyra Valkyria, unless she's Lyra Valkyria's tag team partner tonight. That's probably not gonna be the case, but I'm gonna keep speaking on it. So the match was cool. Chemical X, I believe, is their name. Shotzi was absolutely no help. Jasmine was helping. I mean, was it Jasmine on? Yeah, Jasmine was helping Fallon and JC, but Shotzi was just sitting there. Well, I don't know why Shotzi wasn't interfering and getting busy, whatever the case may be. Cool match. Shout out to the Meta-4 girls. I hope they just come up to the main roster, because they're wasted talent in NXT as of right this second, in my opinion. Speaking of women's matches, even though this wasn't the first match, I do want to talk about the Women's North American Championship match. Sol Ruka winning was a pleasant surprise. I really thought Thea Hale or Lola Vice was going to win, and I'm really worried about Lola Vice and Jada Parker, because they have so many momentum shifts and then it just falls flat because nothing comes of it. I thought this was the perfect opportunity for Lola Vice, and I'm not being biased because Lola Vice be showing love on the gram, but I do think Lola Vice is really talented. I think she can be that perfect mix of attractiveness and actual MMA, saying like badass. So I hope they can actually figure that out. I do think there are some things where a character they need to figure out. I'm not going to lie about that. But and I love Thea Hell, man. I always love Thea Hell. Even with the goofy Chase U stuff, I think Thea Hell and Maxine would have been a great tag team. But it seems like Thea Hell might be a little bit more serious, even though she was dancing to Lola Vice's interest music, which was absolutely hilarious. Glad the cameraman caught that. Kalani is one. I don't think she's ready for the main roster necessarily, but she's outgrown the NXT North American Women's Championship division. Her and Jada Parker need to continue their feud, and you need to either turn Jada Parker face, do a double turn with Jada Parker face, Kalani turn heel like she was supposed to, or maybe you make them a tag team and then they start going crazy. Bring back the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. That division desperately needs them. Um, but Sol Ruka winning, pleasant surprise. Obviously, I think we're gonna get Sol Ruka versus Zarya. Reminds me of Io Sky and Zoe Stark's story a little bit. So I'm with that. I'm fine with that. I'm happy with that. I just hope Zarya don't just beat her immediately. Zarya does need the strap because she came in as a part of the Stephanie Vaquer and Julia signing, so she should be on that same level, that same upper echelon. So she does need the strap, but you know what I'm saying? Just let Sol Ruka cook for a little bit because Sol Ruka is somebody who's been deserving for a very long time, in my opinion. So yeah, but now I'll talk about Ricky Saints and Ethan Page, two guys that, I enjoy. I've grown to love Ethan Page. He's ready for the main roster as well. I'm not just throwing out main roster tickets, but a lot of these guys, Ethan Page been wrestling for like 19, 20 years, guys. He's not a rookie. Ethan Page is ready for the main roster. Insert him in that United States Championship division. Don't put him against Jacob Fatu automatically. Put him up against an LA Knight. Put him up against a Miz. Put him up against a Grayson Waller. I know he's on Raw, but guys like that, so we can see how that clashes and see if he can hang with the guys on the main roster and if he's ready. And Ricky Saints, phenomenal job. I would love to see him and Shannon Stacks. I'll talk about that in a second. Have a match, and I think that would really do some justice, really do some good for both guys. I think they have a similar archetype. Well, Stacks is bigger, but you know what I'm saying, they give me that kind of same vibe. Like they both some F boys. So hey man, Ricky won. Shout out to Ricky. You know what I'm saying? Only Rickies we mess with is Ricky Shadow and Ricky the Shadow and Ricky Saints. So yeah man, shout out to Ricky Saints. AEW versus AEW match was pretty good. Ethan Page is sensational in my opinion. Ooh, a surprise match. Hank and Tank versus Fraxie. I'm not a surprise, but I wasn't too up on Hank and Tank. Really wanted you know what I'm saying, the fake Randy Orton and the fake No Way Jose from Charlie Dempsey's group to, get those straps or get out the mud, or I call them now out the boo-boo, because they treating them like trash. But I think those guys actually got potential. I thought one of them was going to be the ones, but I mean, Hank and Tank is actually really talented. Reminds me of Heavy Machinery. They got the W, and Fraxium is done. So another main roster ticket? Nah, I'm just playing. But I don't know what they could do. I think one could go to one division, one could go to the next division. I will Obafemi versus Nathan Frazier or Axiom would be fire. Ricky Saints versus Nathan Frazier or Axiom would also be fire. Why not? Let's do it. I think that would be sensational, guys. Why not? I think one could go to one division, one goes to the other division. Because you put them in the same division, then they got to clash. But which would be dope. A number one contenders match for Obafemi's title, 1v1. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Because we know they're not going to give it to Wes Lee for whatever the case may be. Or let one of them cook in TNA have a championship match against Joe Hendry, which propels a guy like Nathan Frazier to the next level, then come back to NXT. I think that'd be dope as well. I'm making sure I'm not forgetting no matches, y'all. Make sure I'm not forgetting no matches. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, dang, this card feels shorter than I thought. Do we go straight into the women's championship match? Did I forget any matches, y'all? Oh, the Dark State versus the Family. Stacks betrayed Tony D'Angelo. That's really the highlight of this. The Saquon, whatever his name is, Sugars, he's nice. They all pretty. Him and Cutler stand out to me the most. But the Osiris and what's bro name? They could be a good tag team. They could be a good tag team. Two big guys be the tag team. And then, you know what I'm saying? I think all of them, low key, bro, if you want to do a hostile takeover like on some Nexus or the Shield, let them all have the belts. Let Sugars have the NXT championship. Let Cutler have the North American. Let them have the tag team belts. I think that would be a dope story later on. Not right this second. Let Ricky cook. Let Obafemi cook. But let them guys get the belts sooner or later. Stacks versus Tony D'Angelo. I'm interested in a street fight. That would be cool. But I think Stacks not being revealed as Dark State is kind of throwing me off a little bit. I thought we were going to get that reveal, but we did not. But overall, The match was cool. It was a good showcase, and it was some good moments. But I'm kind of done with the family because I don't know if the family will survive on the main roster as that gimmick. And really, you should just get rid of it. Let Rizzo actually join Stacks if you're not gonna do anything with Ariana Grace and Stacks. Let Rizzo join Stacks, and then they could be like, I need a reincarnation of Edge and Lita. They don't really got to be in a relationship, but you know what I'm saying. I need a reincarnation of that as a story. Um, Now the women's match was good. It was great. Even I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think I'm upset Jada Parker didn't win because not because I'm being biased, but because what's next now? Shout out to my guy Alex from the podcast for unappreciated wrestling fans. Like he said, she lost that and then gonna pop up on Tuesday like nothing happened. I really do hate that. We need some continuity. She should get a one-on-one match for the strap. Even if she lose this one, at least I know that there were plans, that there was something in place. You know what I'm saying? Because like it just rubs me the wrong way about Jada Parker, and she took the pin, which is so predictable. I'm tired of this predictable booking. Jordan Grace could have took the pin. Anybody could have took the pin. It don't matter because Stephanie was going to retain regardless. Stephanie and Julia do need a one-on-one straight up. No shenanigans, no nonsense. I do wholeheartedly agree with that. My joint about to die on me. Nah, don't die on me. Yeah, I'm cooking right now. I do think that they need a one-on-one match straight up. Because that's a big match for sure. And I think Jordan Grace and Jada Parker need a one-on-one match to finish their feud off definitively because that didn't finish the feud for me. And I'm assuming Jordan Grace is gonna win, which is fine. But Jordan Grace, bro, I think Jordan Grace could be on the main roster. The main roster is just so stupid with how some people are not being booked. Like Nia Jax got nothing to do for the main roster. She playing pickleball, you know what I'm saying, and doing commercials. But I don't want that to happen to Jordan Grace. But NXT got a lot of people that need to get some burn as well. Izzy Dame looked pretty good in that ladder match, and I didn't know Izzy Dame was that damn big. She could actually be something. So I think they got to figure some things out. And her interest is cold. Izzy Dame interest is cold. But I love Stephanie, so Stephanie retaining doesn't bother me. But I did think Jada Parker or Julia was gonna win because Julia, in my opinion, was probably never supposed to lose this strap until Stand and Deliver against a one-on-one with Stephanie. But she got hurt, so it is what it is. And last but not least, another match that I just didn't like the result. I thought Javon Evans could have been the youngest NXT champion. This builds him up, you know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about his skinniness and blah, blah, blah. But he's very entertaining. He was still in the show. He was a highlight of the match. Overfin was going crazy. Trick Williams did his thing. Trick Williams definitely out of there. So shout out to Trick Williams, man. You had a great NXT run. You separated yourself from Carmelo Hayes definitively, but you are more than your entrance. I think Trick Williams, I don't want him to fall into, why some people try to clown Jey Uso. Trick Williams is more than whoop that trick, in my opinion. I think he has something there. They just got to keep building upon that. And I do think that Obafemi winning was the right choice. I wanted Javon Evans to win, obviously, but definitively, as time keeps progressing, Obafemi should lose it to someone new, I think. More new and more credible. Or if Javon Evans just comes back jacked out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? He more menacing. He becomes the leader of the dark state and then beat him. I'm cool with that. Let Obafemi have his stand and deliver moment and let Javon Evans beat him, you know what I'm saying, somewhere down the line at a roadblock or whatever the case may be. I'm at spring breaking or whatever the case may be. I'm fine with that. Yeah, so I'm cool with that. Overall, stand and deliver was definitely at least a 9 out of 10 for me. I think Stand and Deliver was better than WrestleMania Night 1. It's just because every match delivered for Stand and Delivered. And even if I didn't like the results made sense. And it's like, I like when stories end and we get a refresh. You know what I'm saying? Continuation stories is fine. Like the thing with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and CM Punk, that's a story we gonna keep going with, and I'm fine with that. But I think Stand and Deliver closed a lot of books and then left a lot of like stories to be told, but still closed a previous story. So now it's Tony D'Angelo not investigating the dark state. Now him and Stacks gonna go into it. Obafemi, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, they're done unless Javon Evans figure out a way to get a one-on-one. But Trick Williams should be done. You know what I'm saying? As far as the women's fatal four-way, that should be done. But Stephanie and Julia didn't get that one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Like it wrapped some things up, but left room for continuation. Whereas WrestleMania, Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, done. And not that it was a story. Naomi and Jade, I don't think that's done. But if it's done, it's done. Charlotte and Tiffany, done. You know what I'm saying? So, but we'll see. It's a bigger stage. It's a grander stage. More things are at stake. So I understand. But like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for love, support as always. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Looking forward to night 2 of WrestleMania. Looking forward to dropping a review for you guys tomorrow on Monday. So peace out.